Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to Drawing Down the Dragon. I'm Snappy, and thank you for joining me for our Unbox and Explore series. And today we're going to be digging into this beautiful tarot. I'm really excited to bring this to you guys, the Shadowscapes Tarot. Shadowscapes Tarot. So this is kind of a really classic tarot deck by Llewellyn. Llewellyn, one of the largest publishers of the occult and of the tarot. And so I'm really excited to check this one out. So this one has been continuously published since 2010 by Llewellyn, and it was originally developed by the artist Stephanie Pui-Mun and the writer Barbara Moore. So this is a collaboration where all of the art was created by Stephanie. She based all of the art upon a combination of sort of like Celtic and Asian influences. We'll see. We'll go through it. It's going to be cool. There's a lot of fairies. There's a lot of dragons. It's really beautifully done art. And then the cards in the book that is accompanying this, which in this particular version it doesn't include the book. They send you a link, and what you get with that is a download to pretty much every single PDF that Llewellyn has, and you can choose which one you want, and then they'll give you the download. So but we'll take a look at it and we'll see what Barbara Moore has to say about all the cards, right? She's really famous. She's done many decks. I believe one of her more famous ones is the steampunk deck, but she's really famous at Llewellyn for doing a lot of these variations on the tarot and working with many different artists. So, yeah. Excuse me. So before we dive deep into this specific deck, let's open up and take a look at Stephanie's website here, because her art is just absolutely next level, and it's really what this deck is truly about. So if we go over here, we can see Stephanie's website, Shadowscapes, the art of Stephanie Law, and just incredible work, right? She is just next level painter. Like, this is, like, look at this guy, right? And you can see the Asian influence in this one. Beautiful, right? And her website is great. You can see so many of her different things. If we go back up to the top here, you can go through and you can buy this specific book. You can buy all kinds of different things that have utilized her work if you're interested. And you can learn more about the artists, right? It's a really well done website, really great. If you're looking for something that's a little more up to date and recent and more active posts, you can check out her Instagram. So if we flop over here to her Instagram, oh my God, why is this doing this to me? It didn't actually show. I'm sorry. Well, we'll go back to her website here. I apologize. Here's her website. Here's her beautiful website. So this is the art of Stephanie Law. A really awesome website. You can see Shadowscapes, the art of Stephanie Law. Here's some of her prints. Really beautiful stuff. This is the one I was trying to show you guys, or I thought I had been showing you. I apologize again. Oh, wow. Too funny. All right. Here's that kingfisher. Just really beautiful, right? The spirit of the kingfisher bird as a beautiful woman, and also as with these kingfishers. Just really cool. Just really incredible. Cool stuff, you know? And her art is really the main feature of this specific deck. And yeah, she has all kinds of products and whatnot. You can get this specific deck if you go through her product section. You can find more about the artist. If you want something that's more recent and more up to date, just focusing on the art, you can check her out on Instagram. She recently did a newer tarot called the Verdance Tarot. Oh, anyway, the Verdance Tarot. Lots of really cool paintings here that you can see, right? Really incredible work. Beautiful. All right. So Go support the artist. Make sure you go check out Stephanie Law. The work is just absolutely next level. I'm just beyond impressed, right? And that's really the main feature of this specific deck is her beautiful, incredible art, right? So let's just dive into the book. Well, here before we check out the tarot and open it up. So let me just swap over here. How do I do this? Okay. There we go. Okay. All right. So this is the book, and this was written by Barbara Moore and Stephanie Law. So Stephanie Law also contributed to the text. And this is what you get with this particular version of the deck. I believe there is a big box version. I don't know if they've reprinted it, but in the more current versions of this, you get a PDF like this of the text. So let's read this. Before you do anything else, here is what you must do. This magical deck deserves a magical moment, a moment between you and it. You must form a first impression of each other. Each card in this deck is like a door and can open up worlds, like two strangers catching each other's eyes across a room in a glance of just the briefest moments that hold so many possibilities that will be you in this deck in about 45 seconds. Now close your eyes and pick up one card. Look at one picture and drink it in. Revel in the intricate yet simple beauty of it. Look at it for so long that you can see it with your eyes closed. Then close your eyes, still seeing the card. Step into the image. Imagine how it feels, how it smells, how it sounds. Experience it. If you're feeling adventurous, interact with a figure in the image. Ironically, for many people, this is both the hardest and the easiest part of reading the card. To simply look at the picture and say what it means is something children do all the time, but adults seem to struggle with it, as if afraid to get it wrong. Intuition and emotional response are important to tarot reading and work hand in hand with the intellectual interpretations. You are about to start a journey of self-discovery with a collection of images created to inspire. Excuse me. They will get you on your way, but where you will go is entirely up to you. Oh, beautiful. Okay. And then they're going to walk us through the major arcana. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So we will go through and we will read the various things she has for each one of the cards. But let's hop back over to the card itself and we will open it up and take a look. All right, so here we are. So let's take a look here at this Shadowscapes Tarot. Really, really beautiful box. You know, really, really awesome stuff. And it says, surrender to the world. Surrender to the fantastical world of your deepest dreams, where butterflies float upon shifting mists, set aglow by the rising sun. A place where twisting branches are across shimmering skies, willowy fairies dance on air, and tree spirits sing from a hollowed oak. Delve into the shadows of your dreams and awaken to truth, weaving together Asian, Celtic, and fantasy styles of artwork. This breathtaking new Rider-Waite-Smith based tarot by renowned artist Stephanie Pui-Mun is infused with universal symbols found in fairy tales, myths, and folklore from cultures around the world. A companion guidebook presents the artist's evocative interpretations of each card's significance. It also features an introduction by award-winning tarot expert Barbara Moore that includes tarot basics, instructions for giving, insightful readings, and practical spreads. So beautiful, beautiful stuff here. All right, so let's bring back up our camera and we will pop this open. So once again, this particular tarot was sent to me as a gift by a fan. So This was not sent to me by the company. You know, I'm not being paid to do this, and so there's no influence on this specific reading. You know, it was given to me for free, so I didn't fork out my own money. But you know, no one was paying for this review either, so you get my honest opinion. All right. So first off, you know, it's a pretty nice size deck, and it's a pretty nice quality box. You know, I really do love the art. It feels nice. It's a nice mat. All right, let's take it out. You know, I'm not a big fan of this. This part's unfortunate where, you know, I already showed you guys. Like, the book is nice, but it's unfortunate that in a lot of these editions, you know, they just send you one of these silly little things that you have to struggle with. And then what you get is a scan, a photocopy of a book, which is kind of a bummer. But hey, let's take a look at these. What we're after is the cards. Let's be honest. What we're after is the cards. But we always want to comment and see what we get, you know? Okay. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Look at that. How glorious. How pretty. Right off the stop. Look at the back of these. That is so pretty. I love it. You're immediately drawn into these points here as well. Like, really interesting. And you can really see the Celtic knot type imagery on the back of each card here. Wow, that's pretty. Oh, man. You can see why this deck is such a perennial favorite. Okay. So we're going to start here. We'll flip. Let's see, what card do we got first? So it doesn't appear to be in order. So all of the decks out of order. So we'll just pull up the first card here. Okay. So the first card that I've driven is the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands. Let's see if we can get a little bit closer here. Wow. That is some wild artwork. Wow. I love it, you know? This guy standing on top of a lion, on top of this, like, rock. Wow. With all of these otters and things at the bottom. Interesting. Two poles, one for the lion and one for the man. Wow, that's really powerful, right? Two of Wands, right, is dominion. Is dominion energy. So let me bring up her book here, and we'll see what Stephanie Law and Barbara Moore have to say about the Two of Wands. Let me try to find it. Okay. Bring us to our minor arcana. All right. So for the Two of Wands, they say, personal power and influence, authority and courage, be bold and inventive, but also beware of letting the intoxication of power cloud the mind and judgment. Wow, beautiful stuff. Really, really beautiful stuff. All right, Two of Wands. What do we got next? The Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords. Oh, man. Look at it. It's a crying swan. And there's a hummingbird striving to escape, and the dead roses, they seem to be in a bramble. Oh, that is intense. Wow, that is intense. A swan struggling to break free of a rose bramble, and a tiny hummingbird caught in the light. Whoa, what intense imagery. Perfect for the Eight of Swords, which is interference, right? Interference. Beautiful. Let's see what they have to tell us for the swords. Let me find it here. Swords. Eight of Swords. Okay. Do not waste energy on the trivial or freeze up in a crisis, resists the urge to feel restricted, confused, powerless, and trapped by circumstance, right? Wow. Don't allow yourself to become depressed. Don't allow yourself to freeze up, right? This is always, I love to say with this card, it's the energy of I can't, I won't, and I don't, right? Self-fulfilling prophecy of just refusing to move. Can't get out of bed energy. Wow. Beautiful card. Let's continue here. We have the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands. Oh, look at this. 3 beautiful foxes. 3 beautiful foxes. Oh, and I love that they have in the small corner, you can see the auger's symbol. And it's also the symbol of the fern, right? Wow, 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 wow. That's so interesting. All right, what do they have to say for the Ace of Wands? Okay. The possibility of creativity, excitement, adventure, a challenge to step forward with courage and confidence. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Ace of Wands. The 9 of Swords. The 9 of Swords. Oh, wow. Ravens, ravens, ravens in the sky and upon the shoulder, raining down from above. So much fear coming down, right? Look at that. Look at that. The sword is sheathed. Interesting. But the clouds are coming down almost upon them, right? Oof. Oof, 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 oof. Terrifying energy here, right? You can feel the fear. So let's go here. The 9 of Swords is cruelty. Cruelty. So what do we got? Inner turmoil. It is a moment of vulnerability with the soul laid bare to its own demons. Guilt and fear lock muscles into immobility. Wow. Okay. Let's see. What do we got next? The World. Our first of the trump cards. Our first of the trumps. This one I've seen. This particular painting I've seen quite a bit. It's one of Stephanie's more famous pieces from this tarot, and for good reason. That is so wonderful. Wonderful. Wow. Interesting, interesting, interesting. I love the circle within circle for the moon. The incredible background is just so vivid. The dress and flow, the hair, chaotic. Wow. And that golden archway, the golden path leading to the moon. And she holds a smaller moon in her hand as she goes to that higher moon. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. That's beautiful. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Let's see here. All right. What do they have to tell us for the World card? All right. 21, the World. Satisfaction and peace of mind. A successful conclusion, and the end is in sight. Achieving balance, melding and blending together in unison the multiple songs of life. The World card is a card of realized goals and prosperity. It is a state of completion. Beautiful. The state of completion. Love it. All right. The 10 of Swords. The 10 of Swords. Oppression. Oppression. Whoa, I love the colors in this, right? The lilac shades of purple that go into the blood red, to the ruddy earth red. Ooh, that's intense. That's intense. And we're seeing a woman whose cloak is going from white and purple to red and being attacked again by ravens. And she seems to be attacking them with her hands. There's so much motion. So much motion. Flying through the air above the trees, too. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That is wild card here. I love this one. All right, what does she have to tell us? What do they have to tell us, sorry, for the 10 of Wands? Oh, went too far. Let me see here. 10 of Wands. Overextending, taking on far too much, being burdened with overwhelming responsibility, being held accountable, doing things the hard way. Wow. Yeah, you can see that in the classical energy, right? Often we see this is also a closing out. For the 10 is the recognition that we have bound ourselves, that we have manifested our own fears. Interesting. Very simple descriptions, but they are helpful and beautiful. The card images, though, are again really what this deck is about. And that's like, oh, that's so wild. Let's see here. We have now the 6 of Wands. The 6 of Wands. Victory. Victory. Okay. In the 6 of Wands, it says, victory and triumph. Beware falling prey to hubris and lassitude that uncontested victory may bring, and do not become lost in self-importance. Wow. Remembering to stay balanced and to stay true, right? The victory, right? The victory in the wands, the success in the wands is always about the self-realization and activization, right? The being our best beautiful self, confident and able to walk through life in loving flow. Powerful, powerful energy. And look, we see such a powerful character wielding this wild staff, his arm outstretched, right? Standing upon this kind of snail ruin, right? You notice the golden ratio right there. Is it like a fossil? So interesting in the green orb. Like there's so much detail in these cards. You can really get lost. You can really get lost in these. You know, I'm beginning to really understand why this card has been in print since 2010, right? Let's see here. Page of Swords. Page of Swords. Okay. Wow, Page of Swords, right? Or the Princess of Swords. What does the book here have to tell us? All right. Page of Swords. She embodies honesty and truthfulness. She is unafraid to scrutinize her beliefs. Logic is what dominates her the most. Her mind is agile and analytical. Agile and analytical minded, right? Wow, and look at this. This is so beautiful with those empowered wings reaching up into the heights of the air, flying with the birds among the stars. Really, really glorious. All of these swans are so pretty. How interesting. The swans seem to be very positive energy in this deck, whereas the ravens seem to be representative of negative energy. Really beautiful. Really beautiful. All right. Let's continue. Next up, we have the 3 of Wands. The 3 of Wands. The 3 of Wands is such wild, beautiful energy. Victory. Victory. And look at that. Standing upon this miraculous plateau, overlooking this beautiful, beautiful valley. Wow. With your animal friends. That's beautiful. I love this. It's a glorious picture. You know, almost given what is that? Lion King vibes. No, it's beautiful. Really, really beautiful. So let's see here. 3 of Wands. What do they have to tell us with 3 of Wands? Okay. Three of Wands. Explore. Seek out the uncharted. Expand your horizons. Take a long view of situations and express leadership. Beautiful, 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 right? The Three of Wands is the energy of weaving together your will with the community around you, learning to empower yourself in conjunction with others, to be in that harmonious, empowered, virtuous energy. Beautiful stuff. Let's continue. The Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords. Now look at this gentleman. Oh, interesting. Again, we're seeing those images of the swans, the knight riding upon the swan. Beautiful, beautiful. Right? And the Knight of Swords is the heir of air, right? The prince who reaches up into the heights of the ideal. Wow, flying with the birds. And I just love how arrogant he looks, right? He looks so youthful and arrogant. It's very great energy, great energy for this. All right, let's see here. Where do we got the Knight of Swords? Let me find that. Okay. Knight of Swords is the brave hero who rushes headlong into conflict to defend his beliefs. He is blunt and comes directly to his point, and is incapable of dissemblance. Certainly very true energy, right? Always in conflict, always in the heights of the ideal, disconnected from the rest of the world. What an idealistic character, right? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Let's continue. The Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands. Wow. Beautiful, beautiful. The Knight of Wands is the Lord of Strength. Strength. And look at this figure seated upon this fox-like creature, but with horns. A fox-like creature with horns. Wow. Interesting, interesting, interesting. She really loves having these characters sitting upon these cliff edges, you know, overlooking and standing proud. Let's see here. What do we got for the Nine of Wands? Vigilance. Keep strength in reserve and always be prepared for any eventuality. Retain a core of power. Even more importantly, know what that inner strength is. Beautiful. All right, let's continue. Next, we have the Queen of Swords. Oh, wow. She seems to be commanding the butterflies and the fairies. Look how pretty this image is. Wow. Look at that. I love the flowers at the bottom. They are so incredibly well done. The purple. Again, we're seeing so much of this magical golden ratio imagery, snail imagery. Wow. Seems to be the moon behind her. So wild, this one. Her dress is made of clouds. Her dress is made of clouds. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So let's see, the Queen of Swords. She is honesty and inner knowledge, sending forth her winged seekers into the world. She is valued for her accurate perceptions of the world around her and for her experiences. Beautiful. All right. Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands, swiftness, the messenger card, the magic of Hermes. Wow. Blowing flowers into the breeze to spread their seed. The foxes are with him. Wow. What a whimsical energy this one is. Wow. And we have the snail energy in the background this time. The fee. Incredible, 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 incredible. Wow. Love it, love it, love it. All right. What do we got for the Eight of Wands here? The Eight of Wands is the beginning of a long journey toward a goal. A great undertaking is at hand, and it speeds toward reward with hope and momentum, right? The going on of a journey, going on a journey in the taking of action, certainly. The only other thing I would add is that energy of the messenger, right? There's a sign. The spirits are trying to call you to take that leap, to empower yourself and to begin this journey. But you have to recognize the sign and have to take the action, right? Powerful, powerful energy. But if you take the leap, it'll come in quick. It'll set your life ablaze and things will change. Move fast. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Eight of Wands. Love it. Okay. The King of Swords. The King of Swords. Wonderful energy. Oh, look at that, gentlemen. Brooding energy. Purple wings turning off into smoke. Wow. And that blackness. These birds around him in the blackness, and his mind projecting that. Oh, wow. This is an interesting one. So much brooding energy. The King of Swords. The King of Swords. Let's see. What does it say for the King of Swords? What intense card that one is. Okay. Like the vertical sword he holds at the ready, he is a pillar of strength and morality. A warrior king. His sword is always drawn, and he is prepared to spring into action. Wow. Ready to fight at the drop of a hat. Prepared to defend truth and justice. Certainly the Knight of Swords, right? That passionate pursuer of wisdom. Really powerful energy here. Wow. You can even see the moon in the wings. Look at that. Look at that. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful. Like this art is next level. Wow. All right. Seven of Wands. Oh, interesting. The fox and the badgers. Two foxes and a badger. Or three foxes. Three foxes and a badger. Interesting. Three foxes and a badger. And I like the square energy. They seem to be in an arena. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Seven of Wands. Let's take a look here. Take a stand. Defend what you believe in. The world is full of strife and stiff competition, and one must have the courage in facing the difficulties that come. Wonderful, right? You have to have the courage to face the difficulties that come, right? To protect your loved ones, you may have to fight off the badgers. Powerful, powerful stuff. And that certainly resonates with the Seven of Wands, right? The Seven of Wands, valor, certainly resonates. Perfect energy, right? Overcoming of distractions, staying true and focused and determined, right? Passionate energy. Beautiful. All right, let me get a drink here. Ace of Pentacles. Oh, wow. This is a wild one. The green moon. And look at these chameleons. How beautiful. And look at that gold coin. The Ace of Pentacles. Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Star and a leaf both. Very Green Man imagery in the coin. And I can't get over these chameleons. I love them. That's wild. Okay. Our first pentacle. Sorry. Let's see. What does it say for pentacles? The ace is the possibility of prosperity, abundance, and security. It is the promise of wealth and well-being, of flourishing, and of reaping the rewards of hard work. Yes, it is. It is all of those things, certainly, right? When we see the ace, we want to empower our vision, invoke our will and our imagination, and see it to completion. We have an opportunity. We must seize it and empower it, right? Powerful, beautiful art. Beautiful little card. Love it. Let's continue. The Knight of Wands, the fire of fire, right? The very passionate, driven knight. Heracles energy. And look at this fellow. Look at this guy. Whoa. What an interesting mount. Some kind of horned fox lion thing. Whoa. Certainly powerful. Certainly impressive. Certainly ready for battle. All right. What is this? What does this fiery knight have to tell us? Okay. The Knight of Wands indicates change and progression towards a goal. Oh, sorry, he's the Knight of Wands. I thought he was, yeah, and the Knight of Wands, sorry, is the heir of fire, right? The passionate actor, the one who pursues truth and justice and wisdom with that full intensity of his being, willing to do anything to make an impact, willing to do anything to be seen and heard and inspire change. So, the Knight of Wands indicates change and progression towards a goal. He is an individual full of daring and passion. Very beautiful, very perfect. Love it. All right. The Two of Pentacles change. Oh, interesting. Kind of a throwback to the classic Rider-Waite energy of the Two of Discs, where you see the juggler. You see the juggler, right? And now we're seeing a juggler standing atop of a plateau. I love, though, the whirl of the hair and of the clothes that makes, she's really great out of always bringing in this golden ratio fee energy and really showing him, really great at showing motion. The art is just so incredible, right? Wow. And we got some little beaver guy with the golden ratio in his tail. Or beaver-like guy. Really wild, whimsical, beautiful. All right, let's continue here. What does it say for the Two of Discs? Sorry. What does it say for the Two of Discs? Okay. Check this out. A balancing act. Juggling and keeping everything in motion. Juggling and keeping everything in motion. Being flexible and adaptable and changing directions easily. Wow. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. The Four of Wands. Oh, man. Look at this one. This is wild. Wild. Unicorns rising up into the heavens under that powerful, beautiful light. And there seems to be angels in the heights. Oh, man. Look at all the roses at the bottom. Oh, wow. And I love how that unicorn horn comes up and pierces the sun. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, Four of Wands. What do we got here for the Four of Wands? Celebration. Initial successes have brought hope and joy to the air. There is harmony and peace to be had. However, once attained, this prosperity must be maintained as well. Four of Wands. This is generally completion energy in the Thoth Tarot. I can see the celebration for sure, right? It's that self-empowerment, self-recognition, finding that balance within, cultivating a self-image in the most complete sense of the word. You may not be your most empowered self, but you know what you want and where you're going, and you feel this profound completion, wholeness. Beautiful energy here. Love it. The Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles. Wow, wonderful. Our pentacles are stars in the sky, contemplated by that beautiful, beautiful woman. And there seems to be a man at her hips, lifting her up into the stars. And look, we have these beautiful chameleons again. Oh, this is really ethereal, this one. How wonderful. How wonderful. All right. Three of Pentacles. What does it say for the Three of Pentacles? Teamwork, functioning together as a unit, working together to achieve a goal. Not everything can be accomplished solo. Working together, right? The Three of Pentacles is traditionally work. Powerful, powerful energy. Awesome. Yeah. And coming together, that divine energy of the three that brings us into harmony. All right. The Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands. Oppression. Oppression. And look at that. The world upon her shoulders. Oof. Oppression indeed. Giving Atlas vibes. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That is wild. I love the purple abyss below. I love how she's both woman and tree. Her hair is the roots. And then that sprawling metropolis above. How interesting, eh? Let's see. What do they tell us here? The Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands. Overextending, taking on far too much, being burdened with overwhelming responsibility, being held accountable, doing things the hard way. Right? Powerful stuff. Ten of Wands is often the breaking of the chains of Saturnian bonds, the realizing that we do not have to be bound by expectation, whether by others or ourselves. Right? There's this overwhelming sense of relief of the burden, right? The taking back of one's will. But this is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We certainly feel that burden energy with the Ten of Wands. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles. Look at this dragon. Look at this little dragon. Hoarding their gold. And again, we have those beautiful chameleons. Oh, what a cute little card. Four of Pentacles. Let's see here. A possessive spirit, always wanting to be in control, living within self-created limitations, highly averse to change, chained by one's own weaknesses. Wow. You definitely get that aspect with the four. That's always a potential. The four is heavy energy. It's the foundation, right? The Four of Discs is power in the Thoth Tarot. And this is the home. And the home can be such a troubling place, right? It can be that place that lifts you up, the foundation upon which you stand, which allows you to build your empowered tower. Or it can be the place that holds you back, that restricts your movement, your vision, and your ideas, right? And certainly we're seeing here the more negative, restrictive, solid aspect of the four. Heavy energy, right? Beautiful. Let's continue. The Five of Wands. The Five of Wands. Strife. Strife. And look at that. Look at all these beautiful foxes and rabbits. And look at the gentleman running in between, trying to get in between, like running through this crowd of animals. Just going through the fray, throwing themselves into it. That's interesting. Okay, what do we got here for the Five of Wands? Beautiful. The world tosses dozens of obstacles in your path, When gathered together, these minor obstructions become overwhelming. Answer with renewed vigor. Well, this art is certainly apt to that description. And the Five of Wands strife is powerful, intense energy, right? It's the struggle to manifest one's will, to come into that empowered sense of self, to turn an idea into something tangible and real, to walk the walk. And to do that is always a struggle with the self, with the world. And it's a donning of the costume, trying on of hats. Powerful energy, right? I love this art though. I love it. Let's continue. Let's see here. Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles. Oh, interesting. Five of Pentacles in the thought is worry, right? And here, look, we certainly see someone in that kind of worrying energy. They seem to be in some kind of old cathedral, right? There's grass growing, but we still see that beautiful stained glass with the pentacle in the center. Wow. Yet this man is brooding, and the beautiful butterfly is there to comfort them. And above their head, the worry is of the discs, right? We see them with a disc in the dark shadow above their head. Interesting. Very apropos. All right, let's see here. What does it say for the Five of Discs? Or Five of Pentacles. Spiritual poverty, material troubles, insecurity, and hard times. There is a neglecting of the body's needs, a feeling of being ostracized and excluded, and an awareness of loss. This is certainly loss energy on one aspect, but can also be the struggle to become successful, right? The real struggle to develop discipline and to put yourself into that action in the world, to realize the creative work. And that's always difficult energy. And we have to push through that difficult energy to come to empowered success, right? So the worry is certainly here, but it is only a potential. If you empower yourself and your will and you get up and you work, you can transform this into that empowered energy of the Six of Wands, which we saw. Victory, right? Beautiful. Okay. What do we got next? Two of Cups. Two of Cups, love. Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. Look at that. We're seeing two like naiads or dryads. Beautiful. Coming together in loving bliss in that tree. That's such a beautiful card. And I love the fruit that's heart-shaped, hanging above their heads. Isn't that cute? Wow. Two trees entwined, two naiads entwined. And look, we got that beautiful, again, bee imagery at the bottom. Wonderful. So what do we have here for the Two of Cups? All right. Making a connection, a union, a partnership. It is the bringing together of opposites and the potential for bonding. It is a relationship. Beautiful energy, beautiful energy. Beginning of true loving flow, right? Warm embrace that leads to generation and creation. Loving connection. Love it. Six of Pentacles. Success in the earth. One of the most stable card in the deck, and the most wealth and abundant card, right? Continues to always produce. Oh, interesting. We're seeing a bard and coins are just pouring down out as he plays that tune. Interesting. And then we see this beautiful growth here. It's like, wow, water and gold is flowing down. Interesting. An empowered tune, manifesting wealth. All right. What do we have for the Six of Discs? The cycle of dependencies between those that have and those that have not. Who is it truly that is the benefactor? Who holds the power? Oh, wow. The balance between the haves and the have-nots. That's interesting. The flower only gets water at this person's discretion. Interesting. Interesting. There's so much wealth and abundance, but it has to come at the grace of another. Ooh, that's heavy energy. Interesting. Interesting. It's a nuanced interpretation of the six. Let's continue. The Ace of Cups. Oh, look at these beautiful golden koi coming out of that magical cup and the fairies. Oh, wow. And again, we have all this magical fee energy, right? So much golden ratio at play. Glorious. I love these golden koi. Right. What do we have here for the ace? Okay, let's see. The first stirring of emotion, compassion, love, intimacy, and attunement. The beginning of love, right? The beginning of an inspired connection. And again, the aces always call us to imagine, to empower ourselves in the vision. The ace implies the 9 and the 10, the height and the completion of the cycle, right? To truly engage in this kind of energy, you have to see it in its completion. What do you want? What is the love that you're after? Where does the love and abundance take you? Right? Beautiful, beautiful energy. Let's see here. The Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles. Failure. Oh, interesting. We're seeing someone picking fruit. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Very interesting fruit here, too. Oh, interesting. Let's take a look. Okay, what do we got for the Seven of Pentacles? The need to make a choice, eat the fruit now or to let them ripen, reaping the reward for effort and work. This is a moment to consider alternatives and different approaches. Oh, that's an interesting approach, right? Interesting, interesting. No, I see that. Definitely the same kind of energy that you would normally get with the seven, right? Because the seven is not necessarily failure. There's only the potential of failure, right? And there's a need to focus and to be sure of your actions. Beautiful, beautiful. I love it. Let's continue. Oh, the Queen of Wands. Oh, look at this. Wow. The Queen of Wands. Look at that beautiful harp made of the tree. And in the tree, you have those beautiful spirits. And look at all these foxes. Oh, this card is majestic. Wonderful. Right? The Queen of Wands, the water of fire. Powerful energy here. What do we have to say about the Queen of Wands? Okay. The Queen of Wands is dedicated, engaging, and attractive. She is always cheerful and upbeat. Her presence exudes confidence. She can handle anything and anyone, right? That powerful, outgoing, feminine who seeks to inspire people with her beauty and her creativity. Powerful energy here. Love it, love it, love it. All right. The Empress, the three of the major arcana. Oh, look at that. Wow, this is so beautiful. All of those birds creating that empowered sun ring. Wow, that is beautiful. And I love this, the three feathers coming out of her hair and the beautiful orange dress that's like the leaves. Beautiful, beautiful. Wow. Three. Let's see. Three, the Empress. All right. Creativity, generosity, patience, love. The Empress is about abundance, experiencing the senses and embracing the natural. She is a creator. She is the primal essence and embodiment of life and is deeply tied to nature. Wow, beautifully said. No notes. Love it. Beautiful card. Beautiful card. All right, let's continue. The King of Wands. Now we got that fire of fire. Love it. Love it. Look at this, gentleman. How wild is that? Look at those crazed antlers. Fire, fire, Heracles energy. And the wings that are almost like lightning, fiery lightning bolts. Wow, and look at that face. So much going on in this car. And the fee, like sign. Oh, wow. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So much wispy energy in this one. All right. What do we got for the King of Wands? The King of Wands is charismatic. The force of his charm is irresistible. He is a source of inspiration and bears his mantle of authority with ease as if he were born to it. Beautiful, beautiful. The Emperor. The Emperor with the world in his hands and those heavy horns and that red empowered robe. Whoa, whoa. The red earthy robe that turns into the solid root. How interesting. How interesting is this? Standing before that empowered circle. Interesting. What do we got here for the Emperor? The Four. Creating order out of chaos, authority, leadership, strength, establishing law and order. The Emperor is a man rooted in his ways and views and regimen, but confident that this is the right structure and way of things, right? The visionary, the builder of the foundation. Powerful, powerful energy. Can be either the loving father or can be the tyrant. Oof. Like that art, though. That was wild. Like that art. Page of Wands, the Princess of Wands. Oh, wow. Again, such whimsical energy with these beautiful spirit women who seem to be part of nature itself, part of the nature itself. Look at that. And the foxes, right? Glorious, glorious energy. What do we got here for the Page of Wands? Creative and passionate, she is witty, charismatic, and outspoken with her philosophy. Action is what is important. Take action. Beautiful. The Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles. Oh, this is so pretty. Look at it. The spider catching the stars in its web. Wow. The Eight of Pentacles, prudence energy. That's so interesting. What do we have here? What do they have to tell us? A craftsman possessing great patience and attentive to detail, seeking knowledge, pursuing a higher understanding, a practical application of intellect and skill to the task. Certainly, certainly, right? The Lord of Prudence is about the development of skill and mastery and dedicated, focused action, right? Transforming the earth through dedicated practice and will. Powerful, powerful energy. I like this card a lot. That's so pretty. The spider is such a craftsman, right? Let's continue. The Three of Cups. The Three of Cups, three mermaids under the moonlight. Wow. The Three of Cups is abundance, abundance. What do we have here in our card, in our guidebook for the Three of Cups? A call to celebration, dancing and singing. Friendship is its key component, and companionship, relying on others and developing community and team spirit. Beautiful stuff. Let's continue. The Nine of Pentacles. At a piano in the woods that's a part of the trees, with that empowered crystal, with all of those points. Wow, what an interesting image this one is. I love it. I love it. Very whimsical and musical. Powerful energy here. What do we got for the Nine of Discs, Pentacles? A balance of the material with the spiritual. It is material well-being and the discipline in order to attain such. It is understanding and appreciating the wealth that one already possesses. Wow. Discipline and empowerment and the realization and attainment of true wealth. Love it. What a beautiful card. The Four of Cups. The Four of Cups. Right? The Four of Cups. Beautiful, beautiful energy here. Four of Cups is luxury in the Thoth Tarot. And look, we see that empowered mermaid gazing at herself in the pool of the waters and then imagining herself transcending to the air. Wow, that is pretty, pretty energy. Love it. Thank you so much for the donation, Long Shot. I really, really love and appreciate it. And I will pull you a couple cards at the end of our exploration here. Really appreciate you. Thank you, my dear friend. Beautiful. All right. What do we have here for the Four of Cups? Okay. Self-absorption, introspection, sinking too deeply into one's own concerns and being lost in reveries. Awareness of anything else fades and the world seems gray. The luxury energy, again, like all the fours, it has that duality. It's that complicated home familial energy, right? The family can be the best or the worst. And often it's both, somehow at the same time. And the luxury is the energy that allows you to feel comfortable, allow you to sit and to be loved. Those energies that you can lean on, that stay with you in spite of the changing of the cycles. But that energy is ultimately, while it is providing, it's not fulfilling. It's not fulfilling. I always like to see the Four of Cups as sort of like the teenager at home. The teenager at home can be fulfilled in so many ways, right? They can have so much love from the parents and they can have so much support, but they'll never find their lover or their best friend at home. Just can't happen. If they wish to be in that true, powerful, loving, reciprocal flow, they have to move beyond this energy. Beautiful. Let's continue. All right. What do we got next? The Ten of Pentacles. Oh, this is interesting. What a weird looking dragon we got here. The Ten of Pentacles. The completion of the cycle in the earth. Wealth. Wow, wealth. Look at that dragon in the stained glass. How interesting. And the tail becomes the magical fee again. And look at this beautiful woman. Wow. There's so much to this art. So much to this art. What do they have to tell us about the 10? Let's see. 10 of Pentacles. Enjoying affluence and being able to appreciate luxury and the good fortune that has befallen you. The ultimate in worldly success the result of long-term efforts. Yeah, powerful, powerful stuff. 10 is accomplishment and wealth. Powerful energy. We continue. We got the 5 of Cups. The 5 of Cups, right? Disappointment. Disappointment in the Thoth Tarot. Look at this energy. How interesting. We got magical birds. Again, I love all of this motion that she puts into all of her paintings. The air and the waters, all of this empowered, passionate churning, right? And we see that cup floating off in the distance in the water, right? And she's standing upon the land. Interesting, interesting, interesting. What do we got here for the 5 of Cups? Let's take a look. Regret and loss. It is rejection of pleasure, feeling sorrow, and wishing for what might have been. Yeah, we can see all that kind of energy in the 5. Often, too, the 5 is the energy of putting our love out there. Like all the 5s, it's that struggle to come into the empowered energy of the 6. And with the 5, it's about finding love, finding reciprocal flow, being in community and connection. And to get there, you have to risk yourself, right? Oof. An intense energy, this. I love the picture here. Beautiful. All right, we continue. The Page of Pentacles, the Princess of Pentacles. Wow. Look at her seated upon that disc. How pretty. How powerful. And I love the little owl bird. So gorgeous. All right. What did they tell us for the Page of Pentacles? She is trustworthy, diligent, studious, and embraces scholarship. She is practical, down to earth, and unafraid of a world of physical enjoyment. The earth of earth, right? That grounded princess energy. Powerful. Love it. The 6 of Cups. The 6 of Cups. Pleasure in the Thoth Tarot. Loving reciprocal flow. And look, we have a beautiful tea party. Isn't that gorgeous? How cute for this particular deck. Oh my gosh, I love this one. That is so whimsical and pretty. You can just feel the joy in this one. Oh, amazing. I want to have tea with them. What do we got here for the 6? That's beautiful, blissful. Blissful energy indeed. Let's see. Okay, Cups, 6 of Cups. Where are you? A reminder of childhood innocence, good intentions, noble impulses, simple joys and pleasures. Nostalgic energy. Nostalgic energy. You often see this in the Rider-Waite derivative decks. Feel it. Yeah, beautiful. Nostalgia. Going back to that safe place, childhood play. Beautiful. All right. What do we got next? The Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles, the heir of earth. The divided youth, the youth that split along the pole. But look at them riding upon the dragon. Powerful. Wow. What do they have to tell us about the knight? Let's see here. The Knight of Pentacles. Okay. He knows exactly what he wants and where his destination is. He moves steadily towards his goal. When he reaches that goal, he strikes with all the force of the earth that is his to summon. This is a complicated energy. You know, there is certainly that potential, but this is Prince energy, Knight energy. Now, the thing with the heir of earth, right? When they recognize their ability to plant the seed of new information, to take empowered action, they're one of the most powerful cards. right? Like it just told us, they can do profound things, really are empowered to act within the earth. But the issue with the prince is they're often completely divided. This is very ADD energy, when I feel it, when I engage with it, because the youth has so many ideas and they start so many projects. They need to learn to focus, to empower their will, to really dig into the earth, right? The air is profound and it allows them to have all this idea, but too many ideas and you don't wind up doing anything, you know? So there's always the polar side to this, but certainly we also see what they said, right? When this knight is empowered and they take charge and they recognize their ability, they're capable of so much, so much. Beautiful. Let's continue. The Seven of Cups, debauch energy in the Thoth Tarot. And look, we have a couple, and one is pointing to an island far away, and the other is reading a scroll. Interesting. Interesting imagery here. What do they have to tell us about the Seven Cups? Indulging in fantasies, you have too many options to choose from. With so many paths that task becomes daunting. There are overwhelming desires and unlimited possibilities. Yeah, there's certainly that aspect to the Seven of Cups, right? The waters are always about our desire, right? And are always about that coming into connection, emotional love and fulfillment. And often, this is now love and fulfillment that's become imbalanced, right? And it can certainly be because of fantasy. But what I always like to focus on in the tarot with this card is that this is often about the pursuit of pleasure at the expense of pain, at the expense of abuse, either internal or external, right? We're either hurting others or we're hurting the self in order to receive that dopamine hit, in order to be in that pleasurable energy, right? And it's often really debilitating because this energy starts off small and it becomes more and more painful. And what was once pleasurable becomes less and less pleasurable, and the pain becomes more and more debilitating, right? Oof. But yeah, heavy energy, the Seven of Cups, right? We need to come back into reciprocal flow. Let's see. The Queen of Pentacles, that's so beautiful. The Queen of Pentacles is the water of earth. Look at her being born from the tree with the moon in the heart of the tree as well above her head. That is profound. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Queen of Discs writes that kin building energy, the one who uplifts and works through others, who's empowered to transform the earth with that calculated ambition. Beautiful energy. All right, what do we have here for the Queen of Pentacles? She yearns to nurture and care for others. She is brimming with generosity, possesses a warm spirit, and will lend her support to any who ask. Yeah, absolutely. When she is exalted, right, that is certainly absolutely applicable. Mary Poppins energy, right? I love this card. Beautiful. Beautiful. Well said. Okay, let's continue. The Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups. Indolence. Indolence. And look at this spirit. Wow. We have a mermaid coming out of all of these empowered spirals, going into the dark depths. Her cups are overspilled. Oh, wow. Interesting. What does it tell us for the Eight of Cups here? Delve within for personal discovery and answers. Turn away and disengage from the material world and instead seek spiritual wonders. Oh, that's interesting. Very different than the interpretations that I'm normally familiar with these. In the Eight of Cups, it's the Lord of abandoned success, right? You have all this opportunity and then you leave it behind. I guess that energy is still included here, but they're highlighting that as a positive thing. Interesting. Very interesting. A beautiful card. Beautiful card. Let's continue. All right. The King of Pentacles. Oh, beautiful. Very reminiscent of the Queen of Pentacles, with the solar discs instead of the lunar disc above his head, coming out of the empowered tree. And just like the knight, he has the dragon. Wow. This is powerful energy. Beautiful art. What do we got to say for the King of Pentacles? Let's take a look. He is an enterprising individual, a man possessing multifarious talents. He has the golden touch of Midas, gilding everything around him with a sumptuous gleam. With a sumptuous gleam, gilding everything around him. Powerful stuff, eh? A hard worker, the practical knight, digging in the earth, passionate about his work. Beautiful. Let's see. The Fool. The Fool. Oh, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. Interesting. We have a beautiful princess on a pillar, right? Balancing precariously, just about to fall, only being supported by the birds. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. That's really beautiful. You know, interesting, interesting. This is a glorious Fool. For the Fool is also the Kori energy, Hestia energy, right? The first and the last. And the divine child who has to go through the cycles and become the empowered queen. Powerful, powerful energy here. Right. What do we have to say for the Fool? New beginnings and adventures, pleasure, passion. She rushes ahead, thoughtless and rash, doing before thinking, obeying instincts. There are unlimited possibilities opening up for the seeker. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. All of that is very true. She rushes ahead, thoughtless and rash, in childlike wonder, right? That is the Fool. Beautiful. Oh, we got next the Hierophant. Oh, that is wild. With the auger shepherd staff, with this sheep even on the staff. And look, he's an empowered tree man, an ent. How beautiful. That is so wild. I love this. The Hierophant, the five. What do we have to say for the Hierophant? The Hierophant's roots each reach deep, entwined around secrets and traditions and the ages. He believes in ritual and ceremony and pursuing knowledge and deeper meaning, and in the rigidity of a belief system. He is the teacher who can help unravel the mysteries. Powerful, powerful energy, certainly, right? This is Venus in Taurus, the power of the five, the one who is both grounded in the earth, but also reaches up into the heights of the aether and becomes the conduit to the divine, the great translator, the one who cultivates the earth with empowered culture and tradition, right? Really, really, really beautiful energy here. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. The magician, the magician, the magician, the one, Hermes energy. Wow, 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 wow. So interesting. Meditating, standing upon the pole, right, with that empowered horn. Wild. What do we have to say for the Magician. Originality, creativity, skill, willpower, self-confidence, dexterity, and sleight of hand. It is about grasping the unseen around you and harnessing it to become reality, drawing forth the ineffable into the material realm of existence. Yeah. Right? The Magus is the one who projects their will onto reality, who tells their story, who shapes the world through their dream and their vision. Right? Wild, wild stuff here. Beautiful. The Magus. Let's continue. Okay. The Lovers. The Lovers. 6. Wow. And look at that. The Lovers. Wow. I love the sun at the top here. It's just so incredible. It's just so incredible. And they're in that empowered kiss coming together in that unity of being, right? The kiss is such a magical image. We often see this for the unity of form. The alchemical wedding is becoming united together to co-create, to engage in that refining energy of seeing yourself reflected in the other. And it can be either an empowered partner or partners, or it can be the highest personal muse. Wondrous energy this here. What do we have to say for the 6? The Lovers. Union, balance, energy, flow, love, desire, passion, melding of heart and mind, forming a union or a marriage. The Lovers is also about determining values and struggling with choices. The pure simplicity of the calla lily contrasts the sensual complexity of the rose. Oh, wow. Beautiful flower imagery. Interesting, right? And yeah, certainly the Lovers is also an empowered commitment, right? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Oh, they did include a little guidebook. They did include a little guidebook. Okay, so we do have a little guidebook here. Never mind. What does it actually say? It's even simpler, more basic, sort of basic and general instruction for the tarot. Okay. All right, well, that's still fun. You got at least something. So if you hadn't gotten any of the guidebooks, if you couldn't go online, they at least gave you a basic instruction. Itty bitty and very simple. Yeah. Well, it's the thought that's important. Better that than nothing. Love it. Okay. The High Priestess, the 2. Look at that. Wow. Look at her. Wow, in the owl. Look at that owl energy and her floating above the owl, almost in this Christ-like sacrificial pose. This is wild. This is a wild card here. Oh, man. Interesting energy, the priestess. Oh, man. It's almost giving labyrinth energy, right? David Bowie, if he was even more effeminate. What do we got for the High Priestess here? Wisdom, knowledge, learning, intuition, purity, virtue. The High Priestess lifts her arms out in that gesture. Her very body becomes the living symbol of a chalice. Oh, she's representative of the chalice. I see. That's beautiful. The owl is a keeper of knowledge and bears a key to the unlocking of mysteries. The pomegranate is a fruit of fertility and death. She carries the pomegranate, the fruit of Persephone, the Kori, right? Beautiful. Wow, wow, wow. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Love it. Let's continue. The Chariot. The Chariot. The Cancer, right? The 7. And look at that. We have the crab at the bottom, Cancer energy. And upon the waters in this majestic chariot being pulled by unicorns. And look at that powerful, fiery haired woman. Love it, love it, love it, love it. What do we have to say about the Chariots? The 7. Triumph over obstacles, achieving victory, focusing intent and will, establishing an identity, self-confidence, maintaining discipline, assuming the reins of power and authority, and driving with the unwavering certainty in a cause. Beautiful, beautiful. All very true, right? The power of the 7 is donning one's armor and moving with active force to empower and protect our loved ones, to take responsibility and action. Really beautiful energy. Love this card. Beautiful. The 9 of Cups. The 9 of Cups. Okay, we have a male merman, I guess, with these 9 golden fishes and a cup in the background. Interesting. Look at the merman and his golden fishy friends. Beautiful. What is the 9 of Cups? What do they have to tell us but the 9 of Cups? Enjoy the pleasure of the senses, satisfaction, and wish fulfillment. The future is assured, and there is bounty on the horizon. And the Thoth Tarot, right? The 9 of Cups is happiness. Really beautiful. Love it. All right. Strength. Strength. Oh, wonderful strength. Look at that. Strength is lust. Lady Babylon, right? Really powerful, powerful energy. And here we're seeing her in the image of taming of the lion, transforming that beast into empowered guardian and protector. Really beautiful, beautiful energy. The masculine and the feminine at their empowered heights, working together to transform reality. Really, really beautiful, empowered energy. The will at its absolute height. The strength to endure. And what do we have to say here for the strength card? Let's take a look. Courage, calm composure, patience, compassion, persuasion, and self-control. Tempered force, managing impulses to control anger and force rather than being manipulated by them. Unshakable resolve is what you will see through to the desired end, right? Disciplining oneself and coming to empowered action. The will and the strength to endure. Love it. Okay. The 10 of Cups. The 10 of Cups. Oh, interesting. We have a couple in loving embrace, in the moonlight, in the waters, surrounded by beautiful fish, golden fish. Interesting. What do we have to say about the 10 of Cups here? The final attainment of serenity and peace, success and happiness have been granted at last, an all-encompassing emotional contentment. An all-encompassing emotional contentment. Wow. Beautiful, 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 right? Love it, love it, love it. Okay. The Hermit, the 9. Wow. Wow. Look at that powerful energy. The Virgo. Wow. Look what they're standing upon under the moonlight with the lantern and the cloak. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. In the heights of the air, this particular Hermit. Let's see here. Being introspective, seeking solitude, withdrawing from the world, and giving or receiving guidance. The Hermit is an inspirational friend and teacher, and his help can illuminate the secrets of one's own mind. Beautiful, right? The Hermit is the 9. They're the one who seeks initiation, and they are the profound teacher that leads you up the path. Powerful energy, the energy of Psyche, of Estrella, of going through the cycles of going through the earth and being made transcendent, transitioning to the stars through one's own work, through that willingness to perfect and transform. Powerful stuff. Beautiful. The Hermit. The Page of Cups. Page of Cups, the Princess of Cups. Look at that beautiful mermaid with that golden cup that she's drinking of in her hands, right? Page of Cups is so beautiful. The water, the earth of water, the earth of water. All right, let's take a look. What do they tell us about the Page of Cups? The Page of Cups is sentimental. She is a true romantic at heart and listens to the still voice from deep inside that speaks with understanding and intuition, right? Beautiful. The child in her most innocent, loving, and forgiving energy. Beautiful. The Wheel of Fortune. Wow, look at that wheel. How glorious. How glorious. I love the Celtic knot. Amazing. And I love all the fairies. Wow. All right. What do they have to tell us about the 10? The Wheel of Fortune. Destiny. The weaving of life's threads coming together. Fate, turning points, movement and change, patterns and cycles, an interconnected world. The knotwork in the stained glass window is a single golden thread without a start or finish. Wow. The wheel here is a stained glass window, all made of one single thread. Beautiful. The Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups. The heir of water, riding on the unicorn, chasing after love, reaching for that golden holy cup out of the raging waters. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. What do they tell us about the Knight of Cups? He follows his dreams. He lets his intuition guide him on his journeys. If he remains honest and faithful, following his heart, he can one day taste from that cup. Right? If you stay true to your dreams and your passions, one day you may achieve them. Beautiful, beautiful. Love it. The Knight of Cups. All right, next we have Justice. Justice, adjustment, Libra. Libra, Themis. Wow, look at that. So beautiful with the scales. Wow. Right, standing upon the tree in the heights of the air, the fiery red hair and the birds. Beautiful. What do they tell us about justice? Balance, harmony, equilibrium, assuming responsibility, weighing all sides of an issue before making a decision, choosing with full awareness. Justice relies on a logical mind capable of objective ruling on situations and adjusting what needs reassessment. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's continue. The Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups. Oh, look at her. How glorious is she, walking on the backs of turtles in the deep ocean, with arms outstretched in all of this gold, and her hair like a whip weaving around in the sign of infinity. And that beautiful blue dress. Oh, that's beautiful, wild. Excuse me. All right, what do they tell us about the Queen of Cups? She is poetry in motion, imagination incarnate. She heeds her intuition and follows her heart. Though her steps seem random and impulsive, they are guided by instinct, right? She is in that pure, loving flow. That pure, loving flow. Beautiful. The Hangman, the 12. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Hanging on the branch of the tree with the sun between their legs, reaching up to try and touch their toes. How interesting. And then fairy spirits, right? Beautiful. Beautiful. I love the Hangman. Hangman, mystical attainment energy. What does the Hangman have to tell us? Letting go and surrendering to experience and emotional release, accepting what is and giving up control, suspending action, seeing things in a new light, a change in perception of the world may be required, a subtle shifting of the state of mind. Exactly. A surrender and a willingness to change, to sacrifice and to overcome. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. The King of Cups, the Fire of Water. Wow, beautiful. Look at that little seahorse he's staring at, the magical cups he's carrying. And again, we have the turtles. Oh, so beautiful. So beautiful. What did they tell us about the King of Cups? He is wise and understanding. He knows the meaning of patience. He cares for, protects, and watches over all those who are near to him. The Fire of Water, the romantic, right? The lover and the empower of community. Let's continue. Death. Oh, look at that. The phoenix, the fiery phoenix. That's beautiful energy, right? Death is but a transformation. It's about letting go of this form and being willing to become something new, to move through life in that empowered will to go through the cycles. Really, really beautiful energy. 13, death. All right, let's see what did they have to tell us about death. Closing the door to the past and opening a new one, going through transition, changing status, shedding the old and excess, bowing to inexorable forces and sweeping changes. The old must be set aside and burned away to make way for the new. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful energy. Perfect. Death. I love the phoenix. Very perfect. All right. Let's continue. Okay. We have the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Swords, going to the root of the element of air. Let's see what they have to tell us. The Ace. The swords slice with the swift assurance of justice to clear the obstructions that hide the truth. The beginning of the pursuit of wisdom, new empowered will to understand, right? The willingness to engage in the pursuit of truth and justice. I love the swans, right? This is so beautiful. So beautiful. And that beautiful butterfly. And that sword is pretty epic, I must say. Let's see. Where do we go from here? Temperance, Sagittarius, the creation of art. And look at that, the weaving of the blue and the yellow into that empowered energy of the yin and yang in her arms. Wondrous. Look at the dragon over there. Interesting. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. What do they have to tell us about the temperance? Harmony and equilibrium, balancing of opposites, healing, moderation of extremes, self-restraint, harnessing absolute forces and reining them in to be wielded for a purpose. Holding opposites apart from one another denies their power of unity, right? Uniting opposites for the purposes of empowered co-creation. Solve coagula, creating that which is greater than the sum of its parts. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right. The Two of Swords, peace, peace. Oh, wondrous energy, wondrous energy. Oh, I love this, right? Look at them with the swords and that beautiful bird. How glorious. What do they tell us about the swords here? Two swords. A stalemate, an impasse. Neither side will compromise, and so no progress can be made until one chooses to step aside. A denial of truth. Oh, that's an interesting way to phrase the two swords. I have not seen such a negative depiction. Interesting. Interesting. Normally, when I see the two swords, it's about coming to empowered communication, the balancing of the self, and then the willingness to put your sword to the side so that you can balance your swords and converse, the beginning of seeing the other and engaging in empowered conversation. Interesting. I guess in its negative aspect, it could also be this energy here that they're describing, right? That unwillingness, a stalemate, an impasse, a decision must be made. The twos often do imply a decision, a crossroad. Interesting. But a rather harsh take indeed. Let's see. The devil. Oh, wow. What an interesting character. How bony. And look at those wings. And he's got the heart in between those bony fingers. Ooh, interesting. What do they tell us about the devil here? Okay. Losing independence, addiction, and enslavement, caught up in the material realm, overindulgence, choosing to stay in the dark, pleasures, lust, and desire, feeling hopelessness, close in, and limit the options. Oof. You know, the devil is often he's seen so negatively, but this is the power. This is the power of Lucifer, right? Capricorn calls you to be your most ambitious self. This is the energy of the adversary, true, but it is also the mirror and the shaman who sees yourself reflected and calls you to overcome your limitations, to best him, and to pass through the eye of the needle, to ascend the mountain, and to pass through the crown of initiates. Really powerful energy, right? The devil is not so evil. He just is a revealer, right? You have to come correct in the pursuit of true love and true wisdom. Anything less, and you're sent on a profound journey, right? Powerful stuff. Let's continue. The Three of Swords, sorrow. Whoa, that's some intense energy here. Wow. Killing the bird, the dove, and the heart. Oh, what's going on? Interesting. What do they have to tell us about the Three of Swords here? Grief and heartbreak, loneliness, separation, and isolation. There is no one to give solace or lend a hand. Has everyone deserted in this time of greatest need? Oof. Painful energy. And the sorrow certainly manifests that, right? It's frustration at understanding and communication, right? But it's also that empowered energy of the three, the weaving of the divine feminine that calls us into empowered communication and to overcome our misunderstanding, right? To overcome our miscommunication. Really intense, but beautiful. It's the tower. Wow. Beautiful tower on the bottom, raging storm, burning at the top. Whoa. The magic of Aries, right? Oof. What does the tower have to tell us? Let's see. Catastrophe, sudden change, crisis, releasing all emotions, suffering a blow to the ego, revelation, and seeing through illusion. A necessary disruption to the status quo, violent and explosive upheaval as the only way to break through the long-established pattern. The energy that comes to upset the old growth and to allow new life and new generation. Painful but needed, right? Upsetting but ultimately expansive. Powerful energy, intense energy. Let's see. The Four of Swords, truce. Truce in communication. Oh, this is interesting. We're seeing this ghostly figure ascending into the heights of the air. Wow, with the swords in his hair and in his hands, under the light of the sun. Interesting. What do they have to tell us about the four? Let's take a look here. Take a moment of respite. Close your eyes and find that still, silent place at your core where inner strength resides. Draw from that reserve in the times to come. Draw from that reserve in the times to come. Go and find your inner center. Certainly that is there, right? It's foundational energy, the four. But I always see the four as empowered communication, learning to first begin to see outside of oneself and cooperate. Four of Swords is coming together for that stability. These are your core familial relationships and ideas that form your core sense of self, your core understanding of the world, right? Really powerful energy, truly learning the first step of seeing beyond yourself into coming to empowered understanding. But you're still limited to those who are connected to you in the four, right? And if we want true wisdom, we have to struggle to study and to come to empowered consensus, to gain the knowledge that has been cultivated in the earth, right? Over time, through history, through generation. And that takes an even greater level still, right? Interesting. Interesting. I have some interesting ideas in this deck. The star, Aquarius, wishing upon a star. And look at that goddess. Wow, how beautiful. How beautiful. What do they have to tell us about the star card? Regaining hope, faith in the future, inspiration. Finding the still, silent place within your being of serenity, tranquility amid trouble, harmony, offering without reservations, sharing, and being generous. The star card. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's continue. The Five of Swords. Defeat, defeat. Whoa, look at this conflict. Swords being taken away by the birds. Interesting. What do we got here for the Five of Swords? A sign of discord and conflict of interests. The choices make it easy to profit and to look to one's own concern, for it feels like the world is allied against you. Wow. Intense, selfish energy, frustrated energy, right? The Five of Swords is the energy of coming to empowered wisdom, struggling to communicate and to understand and to know. Really intense energy, doing the work, right? Beautiful. Let's see. The moon, the 18, the moon. Whoa, look at that. Wild, wild. Look at that moon goddess. She's so beautiful. With all those mushrooms and all that light and that horned moon at the top. Really beautiful card here. What do they got to tell us about the moon? Fears and anxieties, believing illusions, experiencing distortion, chasing after fantasy, dreams, and visions, disorientation. The moon is the realm beyond the known and comfortable and predictable. Wow. Going into the subconscious, crossing the abyss and facing one's deepest inner fears and inner worlds. Wow, beautiful. All right, let's see what's next. The Six of Swords. Science. Science. Beautiful. Beautiful. The woman, she's sleeping upon that bird, right? And these crows are watching. Interesting. Wow. What's this about? The Six of Swords. Let's take a look. A passage away from difficulties. This is a chance to recover after tribulation. A passage away. Interesting, right? The Six of Swords often does need that passage, because what it is when you come to empowered, balanced wisdom, reason, science, understanding, you can move through life with that certainty, with that fearlessness, with that understanding. There are no monsters coming out of nowhere. And if anything should arise, you are confident that you can face it and understand. Beautiful. Let's see. The sun, the 19, the 19. All right. What do they have to tell us about the sun? Enlightenment and understanding, glory, achieving prominence, the constant renewal of life, of vitality, and of being filled with radiant joy, energy, invigoration, and good health, being full of assurance and confidence, a clarity of vision and purpose, lit by the clear daylight. How beautiful. Look at that sun riding upon the birds. Everyone is experiencing this new bliss of the beautiful dawn. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Love it. Okay. The Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords. Interesting. What do we got for the Seven of Swords? An attempt to escape responsibility. It is the thief who tries to make away with what is not his. Wow. Someone stole the egg of the birds and is now running away, trying to get away. Thief energy. Thief in the night, right? But there is still that futility. You will get caught. You will get caught. Karma will come. Powerful stuff. Wow. Interesting. Okay. And what is our last card? Oh, we got the 20. Judgment. The Ion. And look at that. It's a beautiful angelic force. A beautiful angelic force blowing the trumpet with a dress made of bluebirds. How pretty. A dress made of bluebirds. All right. What do they have to tell us for the judgment? All right. Boop-a-doo. Come on. Don't be so silly, book. There we go. All right. Release and renewal, absolution, and the freshness of a new dream, a new start, making a judgment, though it might be harsh and difficult to face the necessity of hard choices. Face down those decisions, recognize the need, and forgive, right? Shed the past, let go of your ego, and be willing to transform and empower oneself in transformation, to pass through judgment and to engage in the magic of refinement. Wow, beautiful, beautiful energy. Great way to close out this deck. All right. Love it, love it, love it. All right. So that is the full reading here for the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Shadowscapes Tarot. Shadowscapes Tarot. How fun. So what we're going to do now is we're going to adjust our camera here. We're going to give the cards a quick shuffle. And we're first going to pull a couple cards here from my beautiful friend, Long Shot. Thank you for the donation, Long Shot. So you get the first pull of the day. And if anyone else would like me to pull a couple cards using this wonderful Shadowscape Tarot, please send me a super chat, a super thanks, or sign up for YouTube membership. All right. So what we're going to do first, though, is we want to just make sure that we give these cards a really, really, really good shuffle. I always tell people to make sure that you're touching all of your cards, that you are invoking and cleansing them with the power of the muses, right? And we want to make sure that we're doing that with any brand new deck. We already did go through every single card, so we don't need to be as intense, but still is important. I want to make sure we give the cards a cut and a quick shuffle here. All right. Muses inspire. What is the message for Long Shot? All right, let's take a look. Oh, the devil. The devil. Capricorn. Facing oneself in the light of the full moon. Having to face the adversary. So much power and potential to be able to rise to the heights of the stars. But you must overcome your limitations. You must face yourself in the mirror and pursue your true will, true love, true wisdom. Anything less, and you'll be sent on a journey. Let's see. Where do we go? The Ace of Wands. What leads you to the devil is the pursuit of self-empowerment. The Ace of Wands is that fiery, passionate energy of the will, of our self-becoming. And this energy, when we see the ace, it calls you to empower yourself in your will, to really embrace that desire and to see it made manifest. If you were to truly be your most beautiful self, unfettered and unbound by expectation, able to go and do what you wanted, able to be free and truly do and be yourself, what would it be? Who would you be? Where would you go? What would you look like? See this vision in your mind's eye, cultivate it, and see it come true. It is that desire to realize this that'll lead you to the confrontation with the devil. All right. The 10 of Cups. What is the reward when you can learn to face yourself? Once you can pass through that gates of the devil, you will also come to this empowered completion energy in the cups, right? The 10 of Cups is satiety, profound love and satisfaction, community and harmony, being fulfilled in one's emotional capacity, true love and abundance, right? But to get that love and abundance, you have to empower yourself to be yourself. And you're going to have to face yourself in the mirror, right? The devil won't let you show up in a bad way. He will force you to refine. He will force you to master him yourself. The only way you get through that gate is if you are able to match him. But if you can match him, the reward is so profound. Not only do you become your best, most beautiful self, but you achieve the love and emotional fulfillment that you seek, the community and the friendship that you desire. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful stuff. Amazing. Thank you so much, Long Shot. I hope that resonated with you. Really appreciate the support. All right. And once again, if anyone would like me to pull them a couple cards with this beautiful new Shadowscape Tarot, please send me a super chat, super thanks, or sign up for a YouTube membership. Okay. And we're now going to do one communal spread, one Saturn Square Tarot, and then we're going to call it today. All right. So let's do it. And we invoke Apollo and the Muses and ask them to shine their light upon us, to guide us throughout our days, and to help us to realize the beauty of our dreams. So Apollo and the Muses, what is the empowering and inspiring message from the Shadowscapes Tarot by Stephanie Law? Let's take a look. All right. And our center card is the 10 of Pentacles. The 10 of Pentacles. Beautiful, beautiful. Right? The 10 of Pentacles is completing the cycle in the earth. Completing the cycle in the earth. Coming to that profound energy of wealth and accomplishment. Really achieving something. Manifesting something. Building of the tower. Creating the magnum opus. Becoming empowered in the earth. And then when we see the completion of this energy, we can go back to the root of the element, empower ourselves in the ace, and see this earth come to even greater heights still. Where do we go from here? The Five of Cups, disappointment. But the five, right, is the energy that calls us to move beyond the limitation of the fours. And in the waters, this is about pursuing true love and reciprocity, moving beyond our limitations and really connecting in loving flow, having the strength to put your cup out there. What will lead you to this profound completion in the earth? It's that putting yourself into connection with others. The opportunities and the people you come into love and connection with will empower and uplift you, will support you, and help you come to this profound completion, this creation, this true wealth and abundance in the earth. Wow. The Four of Pentacles, power, the foundation, heavy energy in the earth, right? This energy can either be the foundation upon which we stand, or can be that force that holds us to the ground. But ultimately, this energy is so supporting, so powerful, and we all need this in our lives. It is the home. It is the home, and it is the structure that supports and uplifts us. All right, where do we go from here? Right, we're seeing that pursuing of love also leads us to building of the home. These are all reciprocal energies, right? Wow, the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups. Yeah, we're really chasing after love, striving to bring community in. And when we can bring in community, it can really help the earth grow. We can transform that four to the 10. Or, really manifest true love and abundance. Oh, thank you so much, Mother Panda. I truly appreciate the support. And I will pull you a couple cards after this. Thank you. Wow. Let's continue here. The Four of Wands, completion. We have two fours, right? The Four of Wands is that energy of self-discovery, being able to be empowered in your own vision, to see what you truly wish to be, to begin to recognize the highest muse, right? Wonderful energy. And it's that sense of completion, of recognizing ourselves, that will empower us in the pursuit of love, right? It's that foundational energy, the earth, that is the foundation that allow us to complete this energy in the earth. That's beautiful. The Three of Pentacles work, right? We have the Three of Cups and the Three of Pentacles. Really, we do need to bring people in together, to work together in loving harmony, to truly complete this cycle, to truly empower ourselves in the earth, to have the strength to overcome the disappointment, right? Wondrous energy that. Wow. The Three of Work, Pentacles, and the Three of Loving Abundance in the Cups, right? Wow. Interesting. Where do we go from here? The Four of Cups. Wonderful. The Four of Cups is luxury. That's three fours. Wow. Right? Having that loving energy at home. Those people who stay connected to you, that support you through the changing of the cycles, right? That comforting energy that provides you with the loving support that you can build on. Again, all of this emotional, connective support in the waters, in our will, in the earth. Beautiful, right? And it's when we bring love and abundance in that we truly come into that empowered connection. And it's when we stand atop the plateaus that we're able to do the work necessary to complete the earth. The Ten of Wands. Oh, interesting. Standing atop the four leads us to the 10, right? And the desire for love leads us to the 10. The Ten of Wands, the breaking free of the bonds of oppression, the completing of the cycle in the fire, right? Learning to love and accept ourselves, learning to let go of expectations and to take charge of our passionate life, to invoke our own vision and to re-engage the fire now with experience and reason. Beautiful, passionate energy, right? Wow. It's the work in completing the earth that allow us to become our most beautiful self, right? It's the recognizing of ourself that allow us to build upon that image and to bring it to completion, and the work that'll lead us there. Wow. Wow. All right. The Emperor. So much 4 energy in this reading. Holy crap. Now we got another 4. The primordial 4. The Emperor. The Emperor. Wow. Right? 4 here. We have the 4 here and the 4 here. Now the 4 there. Wow. Powerful, powerful stuff. The Emperor is the one who builds the foundation. Right? 3344. Yeah. 4433. And there's another 4. Interesting energy here. The Emperor is the one who builds the foundation, who calls us to be in that authority that can call that structure, that vision, that sustaining energy that can uplift us. And that's what this is about. If we truly wish to complete the cycle, we have to become the empowered visionary that can break free of expectations and have the strength to see this come to completion, to build the foundations that will uplift and empower us, that has the will to engage and to share with others, to inspire and bring us together in that community empowered work. Really beautiful energy. This is all about embodying the Emperor, building the foundations, connecting in loving flow and breaking free of expectations, empowering ourselves in loving connection and transforming the earth. Really building for ourselves. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. All right. Wonderful. That is our group community reading. Absolutely love it. Thank you, Shadowscape Tarot. So much fun. So much fun. All right. And we're now going to pull a couple cards for the wonderful and the lovely Mother Panda. Thank you so much, Mother Panda, for the support. I truly love and appreciate it. And let us now pull you a few cards. And we invoke Apollo and the Muses and ask them to shine their light upon Mother Panda, to guide them throughout their day and to help them to realize the beauty of their dreams. So, Apollo and the Muses, what is the empowering and inspiring message for Mother Panda? All right, let's take a look. Give our cards here a quick shuffle. All right. Muses inspire. What is the message for Mother Panda? Strength, the 8. Wow. The will to endure, to overcome, the call to balance and to discipline yourself, right? Now you have this empowered strength. This is the masculine and the feminine at their absolute height, in their most empowered energy, united to be able to transform the earth. This is such powerful, powerful energy, capable and able of doing anything, drawing down the moon, calling the apocalypse. But to embody this energy, you have to be in the most disciplined, the most focused, the most empowered, right? True dedication, true will, true mastery, true strength. What do we see here? The 4 of Cups. The 4 of Cups. What gives you the power to become that truly strong, beautiful force, the magic of Leo? You need to have that communal energy, the familial luxury energy that can be that empowered foundation that can sustain and uplift you, that can allow you to see and understand yourself, for which and allow you to transform and to truly enact that will. Where do we go? Yeah, look at that. The 6 of Pentacles. When you can truly empower yourself and your will, when you can build upon this foundation, you can truly manifest success in the earth. Success in the earth. The 6 of Discs, right? Such empowered, sustainable energy. Really balanced energy. You know, this is about having the strength to endure. Yeah, the strength to empower yourself, to build upon this energy and to come to true achievement. If you want to have success, if you want to be successful in anything, whatever that is, whatever it is, work, creative aspects, art, you know, you have to have the passion and the drive to get you there. And what will allow you to have that passion, the drive, is those loving people who support you. So listen to those loving friends, those close relationships. They will help you become that strong, beautiful, powerful character who can truly bring the success that they deserve. Wonderful, wonderful read. Wonderful read. right? Listen to your closest intimate friends and lovers and partners. Become your most passionate, powerful self, and you will gain achievement and success. That's the message. I hope that resonated with you. Thank you so much, Mother Panda. Really, really appreciate all the support. And I hope you guys have really been enjoying the Shadowscape Tarot by Stephanie Law and Barbara Moore. You know, there's still more in the what do you call it, in the booklet that was included in the PDF. They show you how to do a couple different spreads and they give you more stuff, but I figured the meat and bones of it was exploring the cards, and that's what we did. But there's still a little bit more in that booklet that you get, which is a lot of fun. But I really like this deck. I really believe that it was the art that is the star here. The booklet is, it's okay. You know, you do get some really cool little descriptions, but ultimately, this is really an art-driven deck, and it is truly, truly a beautiful, beautiful deck. So once again, if you would like to support the artist, and if you enjoy this deck, please make sure that you go and you support the artist on her website, right? So we can take a look here once again. Stephanie, here we go. Stephanie Law, or Shadowscapes.com, the art of Stephanie Law. And you can buy the deck directly from here. If we go to products, okay, and if we scroll down, where is it? She's got so much cool stuff. Collector sets, discount sales, you know. I guess you can't buy the deck directly here. I thought you could. So I know you can get the deck all over the place. It's produced by Llewellyn, right? Really, really popular deck. So it should be easy to come by. Also, you can always support and check out Stephanie Law on her Instagram. Really beautiful, beautiful art. And she has a new tarot, the Verdance Tarot, I hope to pick up soon. So beautiful, beautiful artist. Make sure you go and support them and their work. I'm truly, truly impressed by this deck. It's absolutely a work of art and love it. So thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed this deep dive into the Shadowscape Tarot. It was a lot of fun. And I hope I will see you later on this evening when we do a regular evening tarot. So thank you guys so much. Peace and love, and take care.